at this point, he might be just reaching on his gold, right? Or how many people is he implementing?
I've been kind of in and out on the whole thing, so it was like 4 or 5. Was it like 5 even?
Something like that.
If it's 5 dudes, then he's definitely gold.
And I think probably more are gonna go down because of this trial.
I mean, at least he's done better status on his plaques from his music than he has for his snitching.
Yeah.
He needs about at least 4 more people behind bars before he gets a platinum plaque.
Oh God.
I don't even know what to say about that. That's some crazy shit. Oh,
it's crazy, man. I don't know what to think about this Tekashi shit. But the memes are
oh, the memes are hilarious.
I've been liking the memes.
Oh yeah.
Man. I seen one today where someone like edited him on top of like someone else. And it's like, you've heard of Elf on a Shelf. Have you ever heard of was it like Milo and Stitch or whatever? But it was like Tekashi on top of Stitch.
Yeah.
And it was like, you've heard of Elf on a Shelf, but have you heard of
I've heard of what?
Snitch on a Stitch?
Oh my god.
People are talking about doing music with him though. When it's all
and
done.
you know what? People would still want to do music with him.
Tory Lanez,
because he still has a following.
Yeah, Tory was bugging. He said he missed him and shit.
Yeah, well, he's talking about as a person.
Yeah.
You know, as a person, he's a good guy.
Well, that's the funny thing too, right? It's like when someone snitches, you're just supposed to disown them. But it's like, sometimes you got like a mad good relationship with that person. It's like one of your best friends.
Yeah.
You're like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do in that situation?
Well,
I don't know. You could still be friends with him, or you could do like what 50 did, where he's like, "No, man, this is mother's son now. He ain't my son." You know, like,
because it's crazy. Like at the end of the day, like this is like the year of the snitch. Like Nipsey get shot by somebody that's supposedly a snitch.
Yeah.
Now we got this trial of the century with Tekashi. Snitching might be, and then we got rappers talking about when it's okay to do it.
And you know what? I'm not a street dude.
Yeah.
So I don't qualify into where saying what is snitching for what in certain codes of ethics when it comes to the streets. Mm-hmm. But there's something that I think that, you know, that needs to be discussed that we never discuss. There's a code of ethics as a fucking man on snitching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when you're in grade school and dude fucking snuffs you in the eye. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's the difference of if you're the one who goes and runs to the teacher on the playground, hey, just punch me, or if you fucking deal with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a fucking code of ethics as a man. You know what I mean? Like, and that's where it's like, that's where I think we need, like, you know, because you got a lot of people who aren't street judging this on a street level.
Yeah.
But let's start judging things on a code of, just a code of ethics as a man. You know what I mean?
Don't run your mouth if you can't, you know?
Can't back it up.
It is. You just got to deal with it.
That's the thing, man.
You got to deal with it yourself.
Yeah, like if you call some shit on, you're probably going to get punched in the mouth. The thing is, if you're going to call shit on, you should already be prepared to punch that man in his mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be able to deal with the worst repercussion of it. It's like Charlemagne says, you know what I mean? You can't judge a man for how he reacts. Like, if you're going to do something to somebody, however they react is on you.
Yeah, because you put it out there. You put that energy out there.
And that's the thing.
Bad karma.
Yeah, man. And that's the thing.
Karma.
So, you know, like, you know, certain people who get a quote-unquote pass because they're a civilian, I don't give them a pass. Because if you're egging something on, you deserve to get punched out.
Yeah.
Like, that's just fucking, like, dude ethics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If this was back in the 70s, you know, that's just how it went. You know what I mean?
Well, again, you always have that dude who's not that dude who runs his mouth. You get it.
Then you gotta get punched out.
It's like someone.
And if you do call the cops, you're a snitch because you're acting out of pocket as a man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're still a snitch.
You're gonna go run to them. You brought that on yourself.
Yeah,
it's not even right.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have punched you in your fucking face if you weren't talking fly. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm trying not to say names, but I'm just gonna say in general. If someone does that and they're called a snitch, do you think that person who doesn't have the code of ethics care?
No.
Like really and truly, like they do. Like everyone who saw them do it or heard them do it, they're gonna be, "Ah, you're a snitch, you're a snitch." That person's like, "I'm gonna live my life."
Yeah, that person wouldn't care.
But if you are,
you know, like that's what they'd probably say is, "So what?" Like,
but do you know what?
Yeah.
There's one of two outcomes.
Yeah.
And I know who we're talking about right
It's
now.
not even him. We can put it on anybody.
You can put it on anybody. But either way, the thing is, if you come out of that situation, I hope your fucking attitude changes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you come out of that situation and you're still talking reckless to other people,
then you deserve everything that comes to you. Oh, tenfold.
Some people don't learn.
Yeah.
that's the problem.
And that is a big
You
problem.
need to take a fucking lesson. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. And that's the problem with a dude being a snitch, regardless on what level of street you are, when you call it on yourself.
Yeah.
That's the issue with it. You know what I mean? Like, what am I going to do? Fucking, you know what I mean? Slap you in the face our whole life, and every time that you go to retaliate because you're tougher than me, I go run behind fucking cop. You know what I mean? Like, how pussy is that?
Yeah.
But you must go to bed at night feeling demasculated as well, too. Like you say, like, does that person really care? They're not about the streets. Trust me, they care.
No, they don't.
No, they do. Because you know what? Calling the dude a snitch on a level like that is like being called a fucking pussy, being called a faggot, inviting a man to your nuts. It's demasculinized.
If someone's a pussy, straight up, they know they're a pussy. Not even you calling them a pussy. They know they're a pussy. I don't think they care to be called a pussy.
A big part of them probably doesn't.
Man.
I think they do.
A big part of them probably doesn't, but then there's another part of them that are like, maybe that could have been handled differently. You know, like, there might be a little bit of, you know,
once
just them questioning, like...
It's like you calling a faggot, if you're going to use that terminology. If that person knows they're gay and whatever, like, other than the fact they take it as an offensive term, then I don't really care. But if you don't take something offensively, you're not going to care if someone calls you that. You're just not. It just has no effect.
Yes, but the thing is, at the end of the day, most people get upset by being called out on the truth.
Yeah.
That's what bothers most people.
Yeah.
So you call a pussy?
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest insult you can call that dude, because he's dealing with every day. That dude's going to sleep at night having dreams where he's throwing punches at people, when he punches it's slow, and then when the next guy punches it's fast. You know, like, this is like a mentally torn.
I'm gonna put it like this, right?
You know what I mean? So when you call him a pussy, he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
But I gotta act like I'm not a pussy.
I know a lot of guys are pussies. You call them pussy. They just act like pussies and keep them moving.
Some people.
The thing is, as a man, most dudes aren't willing to just.
Some men ain't men, man.
No, well, the thing is,
I don't care if they got.
you're still a man. But you know what? There's your truth. If you're a pussy, and you're like, yo, I'm a pussy, and you walk around, you're like, straight up, I am a pussy. Then that's cool, and that's not gonna bother them. But most of the pussies you know, are they like that?
I know a lot of pussies like that.
They walk around and call themselves a pussy?
No, but they know they're pussy.
Yeah, but they don't glorify it.
Why are you gonna glorify being a pussy? You already act like a pussy.
Because the only time
you're just that. You don't gotta call yourself that.
Because the point I'm making is the only time things like that don't bother you is when you wear it on your sleeve. And I don't know many pussies who wear being a pussy on their sleeve.
Whether they wear it or not, they're still a pussy. Just say whether they're a man or not, they're still a man. But they're not a man.
What a man, what a man, what a man.
Just by definition, then, right? The whole being a man thing, like, just by like a male, being a male, you know?
Yeah, you have balls and shit, but other than that.
Here's what I think the rule should be. If you're a dude and you invite drama to your front door, and then you get punched out and you call the cops, you deserve to be raped by a horse.
The fuck did I just hear?
That'll teach you a fucking lesson.
Oh my lord.
Oh, man, the king of bestiality.
Just put one horse dick in the person and they'll fucking... The rest of their life, they'll walk around with a shirt saying, I am pussy. And they kind of are pussy, actually, like literally in that sense.
I have nothing to say to that.
Anyways.
That is a good punishment, though.
Right?
Imagine pedophiles and stuff getting raped by horses.
That's it. They're another one that should get raped by a horse.
Should a pedophile get raped by a horse?
Before the...
Bukkake. R. Kelly sitting there. Just piss on me, please.
Oh my god. Horse piss
You're
smells
gonna get a
foul.
little bit more than that.
Wow.
He's R. Kelly.
Horse piss is crazy. You ever see that shit coming off a horse?
No.
Fucking nasty. It's like getting hit with a fire hose.
Jesus.
If it smells anything like cat piss, I do not want to experience that.
It smells like a strong kind of chlorine. I used to shovel horse shit at the thing.
Chlorine smells better than cat piss.
Yeah, something like that. It's real
I kind of
nasty.
like the smell of chlorine.
I forgot the chemical that's in it, but it's really nasty. And I quit that job. So fuck this shit. After a week, I can't take this shit.
You ever wonder where some chemical compounds come from? Like, what if, like, ammonia?
That's what it's in it.
Oh, ammonia, yeah.
yeah.
So it's like cat piss.
Yeah.
But, like, what if, like, ammonia, like, that you use to clean your house, there's actually just, like, a sweatshop of, like, kittens and horses somewhere, like, pissing into fucking barrels.
I can.
So really, it's
That's where all
chlorine is actually this grimy shit that they're putting in pools and all that.
It's just extracted. You know how like you get you can refine you can refine petroleum and you get oil and gas and you know things burn off at different temperatures. What if it's the same thing? But what if like they just don't tell you? It's like your all-purpose cleaner in your house is coming from horse.
There's a lot of shit we're not getting told, right? So
I don't. Anything's possible, man.
Like if there was a big picture of a horse dick on your all-purpose cleaner, would you be cleaning your floors with it? Fuck no.
No.
Wow.
Like, I'm sure I wouldn't be the only one looking for other shit.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Oh fuck! I don't know what to say right now. This guy, bro, oh, fuck.
You know, just the hypotheticals though.
Snitches are gonna get some stitches.
Yeah.
Woo! Mike's ready for the business.
No, I wonder. They're gonna put him in witness protection then.
Yeah, I read an article today that it said that it'll take like some tattoo like removal specialists like basically like they they said it would take over a year to remove all of his tattoos.
And his baby mom was fucking the dudes, right?
Who's Sarah not fucking?
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, you're fucked. And she's on Vlad TV crying her eyes up.
Do you know what Adam 22 should have done if he was smart? You know how him and Lena like do like you know Snapchat porn and shit. They should have fucked Sarah Molina. That would have been the biggest viral shit they could have done.
Yeah.
Probably.
That would have been a good look for them.
Yeah.
Yo, I was searching Pornhub like last week, and there's this video comes up, and it's just like like two girls and a dude or whatever, right? And the names were just like some random names. I'm like, all right. I clicked the video. It was fucking Lena the Plug and Adam 22. Like I seen Adam 22's dick, and I was so fucking pissed.
I like
because it didn't even say that. It didn't say it was them. It like had some other girl's name.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh whatever, clicked it, and then I see. I'm like, no, that can't be him. And then I see the chick and it's Lena. I'm like, ah.
Lena the Plug's friend is kind of cute.
Which one?
I forgot what her name was. I forgot her name. She's better than Lena the Plug.
I can't watch No Jumper anymore now. I can only listen to it.
No Jumper.
I still gotta watch the thing with him and Dame. And
which one?
Well, the one where Dame interviewed him. And Dame was calling. Well,
it's funny, bro.
Yeah, I gotta watch that shit.
It's literally like Dame's interviewing him, but like he asks him a question, like Adam starts elaborating, and then Dame's like, yeah, because like with me, and then like Dame goes into like 8 minutes talking about himself. Like, yo, it's hilarious. Like it's Dame Dash interviews Dame Dash with Adam 22 as like commentary.
Wow. Dame Dash interviews Dame Dash.
Like pretty much, like that's pretty funny.
All right.
Do you think he had to pay Adam 22 $500 for a head shave?
Yeah, right.
No. Did you hear that? That Adam had to pay him $500 for his driver and his haircut, but Dame's bald.
$500.
And he rocks a baldy. Like, what? If you can't bick your own head, like, fam.
What kind of haircut? Like, what kind? If he's bald and he's getting dude to like pay all that, like, what kind of fucking haircut is he getting?
He has no hair.
Like, what kind of? I don't know, man. Like,
and he said that to him too. Eh? He's like, he like brings it up. He's like, yeah, like you didn't have to go out and like say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Adam's like, yeah, like I wasn't trying to be like disrespectful. I was just kind of saying like what happened. He's like, yeah, but you know, like, to people on the outside looking in.
He's dry snitch.
Yo, man.
Snitches get stitches.
It actually it hurts my feelings. It hurts my feelings seeing Dame Dash.
The way he is.
Yeah.
Now, he seems delusional at times. He means well and he talks serious shit.
He still gives you game.
Yeah.
Like, I still love listening to him talk, but it's like hearing Dame talk in 2008.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, man. I just have
it's wearing thin, but he does he has some profound things he says.
Yeah.
If he was smart, man,
he does come off a little too much, like a little too, like I don't like
super
arrogant, something like.
And he's
kind of toned that down just a little bit, you know?
Well, and he's out of the times too, because both times he talks to Adam, he asks him like, so like, what do you make like from this YouTube thing?
Yeah.
And it's like you own a television, like a film studio, and you're trying to build your own 24-hour platform. And it's like you're so out of sync with things that you don't realize you need to use YouTube to bring attention to your platform. Yeah. Your platform's not going to go anywhere in today's world, because even if you do happen to like knock down a revolt or something.
They're still using YouTube.
That's still got a short lifeline. TV's not going to be around in 20 years, bro.
And all of
everything's going to be streaming.
Everybody's using YouTube. Every major corporation.
That's how you get attention to things. Drink Champs wouldn't be what it is if they didn't put fucking clips on Vlad's channel when they started. Fucking, you know what I mean? Like, you need that outlet and that introduction. And that's what Dame's missing. It's like, you can make all this great content you want, but if you're not actually putting it out.
His whole mentality. I remember I have a clip I was going to post with him saying, I don't think it was him or it was Gary Vee or him. I think both of them said something similar, where it's like, as long as you have good content, then you're good. Now I'm assuming it's more for Dame Dash, and I think I've heard Gary Vee say that.
Gary Vee rides that same.
But Gary Vee, he's heavy on social media. He's heavy on technology. He's like, yo, this is the only way to go.
Yo, Gary Vee is one of the most annoying fucking people in the world.
But
out of every 10 videos, there's 2 where I'm like, all right, this was dope.
Yo, Gary Vee.
You know what I mean? But then there's like 8 where I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up.
Man, that's his shit. He doesn't give a fuck if you like it, you don't like it. I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna say. And look, he goes, look, he'll post shit he put out 10 years ago. Yeah. And then you'll see, I said that 10 years ago. It happened. It's happening right now.
Yeah.
Who is Gary Vee?
He's like a motivational entrepreneur /
one of the early investors in like Uber and shit.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I find him inspiring when it comes to.
He can be inspiring, but he can also be annoying.
Yeah.
But do you know what was funny? He posted a clip like a week or 2 ago, and he posted it, and he put his phone number, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, text me.
Yeah.
So I texted him, and I was like, sup, who this? I had to.
And response?
And it was just like this obviously generated response. And I just texted back, word.
Word letter? Just to
try and kills me, man. Gary Vee.
Alright, man. Well, yo, let's get back to actually talking about our city, man. Fuck all these motherfuckers.
Well, it all relates because it influences our city at the end of the day, right? Like, I think about it like this. Just the 6ix9ine shit.
What, are you just sparking up in here?
The amount, the amount of people from Toronto that are promoting this 6ix9ine shit is insane.
I don't give a fuck anymore, bro. I got a fucking migraine.
Oh, era.
Oh, we just go outside and smoke quick.
No, I gotta go home.
Yeah, let's.
All right, well, it's public, so if anyone has anything to say about it, that's on you.
What it is.
I don't think anybody comes here anymore, so.
No, but you're literally online smoking shit inside.
This is what it is. Man. This is one of those episodes, man.
I'm good.
Yeah. All right.
I could go for some weed, but I'm not partaking. This is all.
Fuck, man. Woo.
I barely smoke anymore myself, so.
Say word.
Word.
Dustin is so cheesed right now, but he's not cheesed at us. He's cheesed at his day.
I don't blame him, man.
I'm just fucking drained. I'm just tired. I got a fucking migraine. Like, I'm just like, man, fuck. Yeah, it's one of those motherfucking days. Been going since like 5:50 in the fucking morning. And, yeah, I'm just fucking tired and zonked the fuck out. I'm not even sure what's going on. Talk about Gary V and 6ix9ine.
Alright, y'all, so send it out.
Shout out Gary V, man. I get emails from that motherfucker every day. I haven't looked at like 20 of them.
Are we live on Facebook?
Yeah, we're live somewhere.
Live on YouTube.
Oh
shit. Okay.
It's one of those.
YouTube's now, or Facebook's not working with the software at the moment.
Okay, well, give me a fucking puff of that then.
Yeah, fuck Facebook.
But if anyone walks in, I did not approve this.
Okay.
You're co-signing.
I don't see who's gonna walk in.
Like, he was doing it anyways.
Yeah.
I couldn't really stop him. I was like jumped up out of my seat.
Well, you could have technically.
Grabbed it out of his hand.
You could have said certain things, and
I'll out it. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good. We just fucking.
He just needs some weed in him. Look, he's already chilled now.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'll allow it. Usually when he first started, I'm like, you like that? And he was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
You know what it is,
There was not a fuck given.
I was just like,
once that THC in his bloodstream, he was like, yeah, I'll allow it. Oh, cool.
Nah, it's been a long week, man.
Yeah, man.
Long week, man. Full of brown face and fucking
Good old brown face.
and climate change deniers and
The best part about this
The thing is, how do
Elections.
people deny climate change? It's obvious. The only thing I can see where you debate is the cause of it.
Yeah.
I don't personally believe it's pollution. A lot of studies have been done that say our amount of pollution maybe causes 2% of the climate change. But do you know what does happen, which is scientifically proven
what's that?
through history and looking at things?
What's that?
There is a large event that happens roughly every 10,000 years where the planet ends up going into an ice age. And if you look at humanity, you look at the history of humanity, they usually go in cycles of about 10,000 years before a lot of things get wiped out and then things kind of rebuild again.
Question though.
well, how is it going in the ice age though if it's getting?
Because what happens is this is an opposite effect. So before things freeze, they melt.
Yeah.
And then it goes into the things go like I'm not a fucking scientist.
I remember
you know what I mean?
saying this
But-
too, like just as like, you know, I'm like, what if we're not getting warmer at the end of the day? What if it is going to be an ice age? I remember hearing somebody being like, don't fucking say that.
Well, that's the thing is that's like scientifically like that's been proven to happen roughly every 10,000 years. Like if you go to you know the bridle path,
Yeah.
that big valley there,
Yeah.
you can just go there alone and just read like the little signs they have, tidbits of information.
Yeah.
And when that valley started,
Yeah.
was 10,000 years ago
Yeah.
because of the ice melting
Yeah.
caused it. That was a channel and a
Question,
passage,
though.
which is what caused that valley.
Question though, right?
Wow, okay.
Is when the ice age happened, was it the entire planet or certain parts of the planet?
It's pretty well the whole thing.
The whole planet was under
Well,
ice.
because everything melts, and then
Yeah.
things become flooded, overwatered, and then
Yeah.
things freeze.
And how long did it last?
That I don't actually think it lasts that long.
Yeah.
So the period, a lot of scientists say, the period before an ice age
Yeah.
is maybe 50 to 75 years. Like
Yeah.
when you start noticing changes and
Yeah.
stuff, like that's how quick it comes.
Yeah.
And the ice age itself, probably, that I'm not positive, but
Yeah.
in my guessing,
Yeah.
I'd say probably like 100 years, something.
That's fair to kill off a bunch of people. That's enough time to get rid of all of them.
It's not that tons of species,
Yeah.
it's migrated people from one place to another.
But that's what I'm saying now. See, that's what I'm saying.
in planet
Hold on,
history.
You know what I'm saying? It couldn't have been everywhere at the same time if people migrated because of it.
No, just some people are able to survive.
No, what I'm saying, like they're moving.
People migrate.
Of course. Why they migrating because of the ice age and it was wiped out, and everywhere else is ice.
Well, it's like how
Or
they
the
believe
places aren't
like,
ice.
a lot, like, you know, like one of the theories is that the Native Americans of Canada
Yeah.
crossed over the
Yeah,
ice
yeah,
bridge
yeah.
from Asia,
Well,
chasing
what I'm saying is,
bison or
I'm,
buffalo or whatever.
what I'm saying is,
So it
I
would be in
doubt,
pursuit of
but I do
livelihood.
doubt though that the entire planet was under an ice age.
Well,
It's possible.
see, because what happens is the pole shifts. So what it's caused by now, this is deeper,
Yeah.
but it's like basically the sun, right?
Yeah.
Because everything is energy, everything's based
Yeah.
off energy. So the sun gives off flares, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, like, it would take one solar flare
Yeah.
to happen to knock out the whole electricity grid of our whole planet. Like, people don't realize how fragile our society is.
Right.
because you can't predict the sun.
Yeah.
You can't be like, oh, it's gonna let off a flare. Let's protect ourselves. Like, if it lets off a flare, it lets off a flare.
When was the last time it did?
I couldn't tell you.
Well, it says here online that actually the last ice age, sometimes up to 30% of the Earth were covered in ice. So it's not the entire planet. No, and we know that because people come from Africa. We know that people were living in Africa during the last ice age.
And the thing is, like that out of Africa theory, they always say that when people were in Europe,
basically like the pole shift.
They got locked off because of they were covered in ice or whatever the story was, and that's why they became white. That's some people have that theory.
That sounds.
Sorry, what?
They lost pigmentation.
If anything, I
over
think
a
white
period of
people
time.
are fucking. I believe more that we're fucking part alien.
Yeah.
We're fucking.
They have the
Anybody who's not 100% African actually has Neanderthal blood in them.
Yeah.
So myself included, like everybody in this room could have Neanderthal blood, unless we could trace our roots directly to 100% Africa, no deviation out of Africa. But Caucasian people, they're able to prove that Caucasian people became Caucasian because lack of vitamin D.
That's
so what had happened was
adapting to your
right. So in Europe, less sunlight. So in order to get more vitamin D from less sun, your pigment would have to become lighter to let in the vitamin D in a shorter period of time, right? So it takes. That's why black people have sometimes vitamin D deficiencies because you're
actually blocking so much.
Right, exactly, and that's why, for example, the rates of skin cancer are less with darker people than they are with lighter people because again we have melanoma, which is there to block the UV rays, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So there's advantages of it. I heard one theory that one of the reasons that Asian people's eyes were the way they were is because they come from the north, like where obviously like Arctic, close to there, whatever. And because they're sunblind, whatnot, squinting more, so their eyes would be more squinting and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then eventually they migrated south. Now, mind you, I don't know if that's 100% true.
But that's what it all is. It's all evolution. That's what everything is. You know what I mean? Like,
over a period of time, things are going to change, right?
The same way that fucking all life comes from the ocean. You know what I mean? So everything was, to a degree, a fish at one point. Or some sort of fish that learned how to adapt on land, basically.
He's a fish?
Say what?
I said I'm a fish.
I don't know. The thing is, with mammals, it's different though. You know what I mean? But if you look look at a bird and look at a fish.
Yeah, look at a bird and look at a fish.
Pluck the feathers off a bird and then look at a fish. They're very similar creatures. They both lay eggs. Their eyes are those marble-looking things.
Yeah.
They fucking a bird. The way that its feathers grow is the same way that a fish's scales are positioned. Like they're very similar creatures. But then other species would have came out of the water, like reptiles and stuff, and became alligators and became other things. You know what I mean? Salamanders, different things. But all life, if it's the way that the theory is which we're given, it's evolution. Then
we are 70% water.
Like
so
what happens is the what is it? The algae and the different whatever in the water, create different life, create water life, create species under the water, and then eventually those things come out of the water, have to learn to coexist and different things, right? But I mean, so the same thing would go with races. Like, I don't actually believe white people are aliens. I'm just saying I believe that more than us being fucking Encino Man and being white because of it. You know what I mean? Like, that just makes no sense. We were fucking frozen like Walt Disney and then popped out as white people, like when the ice melted. Like, oh shit, it took all our melanin.
I kind of believe we came from aliens.
Yeah?
At one point, I kind of believe that the whole, how it is, the whole, like, alien theory, like some of us have a little bit more like alien DNA. People are passing around those that post about like the blood type, the weird blood type and shit all on Facebook.
But that's the NH one, right?
The like
Neanderthal one. RH negative. That's Neanderthal or no?
No, that
RH is something else.
RH negative blood means that you're a universal donor. So it means that any human can accept your blood, but you need that very specific blood if you actually need a blood transfusion. I think that's the blood that I have because every time I've gone to like Red Cross, they're like, yo, we need your blood because you're a universal donor.
Yeah.
And if they keep saying if someone's in my position that they can only accept my blood. So I can give anybody my blood, but I can only take people whose blood is the same as mine.
Shit.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, I know an article because I just read it yesterday where they were suggesting that those people, you know, might have been aliens or whatever. They're saying most of those people who have that blood are actually from like Northern Europe and, you know, had certain features or whatnot. But yeah, blood types is weird. I know like with Japanese people, they're very into blood types. Like when they start dating, they'll ask you like what your blood type is and whatnot.
Oh, really?
Because
They
even
wanna
blood
make
types
sure.
blood types can actually like clash. For example, like you
Yeah.
know when you're having children and stuff,
Yeah.
right, or trying to have kids and stuff. Right, and they also believe that blood types have to do with personalities and certain personality traits and personality types and whatnot.
I can
right?
see that.
So, you know what I mean?
I can see that.
Yeah. So that's
See,
definitely
that's
a
how
possibility.
complicated and crazy that like life is. It's like, think about it. We have different blood types. Those are defense mechanisms. Like everything that makes you what you are is a defense mechanism to some sort of environment you have to survive in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like even your blood type. It's like that's because your body needed to defend itself in some sort of wherever you were, you know, were at that time where that became, you know, like you had to defend your body. Like it's nuts if you think about it. But everything is defense. Even you know, cancer, tumors. It's a defense mechanism. Your body starts. It just doesn't know how to shut off. And that's when it becomes murderous. It kills you. But like a tumor in its rawest form is actually a defense mechanism. It's a healing thing. But what happens is it doesn't know how to shut itself off, and it becomes cancer.
Okay, that's
But
that makes sense.
the biology of the body and shit and certain
crazy.
things is insane. That's why like I truly believe, you know, in people like Dr. Sebi and the Gerber theories and stuff like that. That like you can cure majority of diseases and things
Just through food.
with nutrition.
Yeah.
Because the thing that people don't realize is the human body, like you think that we need like 12 vitamins. Vitamin A, vitamin B, 1 to 12, C, D, whatever, you know what I mean? And it's like people don't realize there's actually, 52 or 54 vitamins and minerals and nutrients that the human body uses to use its full potential.
Yeah.
And that goes from everything, like things like zinc and magnesium and all these little things. But then there's a list of tons of shit that you've like never even seen in the nutritional value of your food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how people like Gerber and Dr. Sebi treated people. They treated them through nutrition.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're dealing with this. Well, a lot of times that's a defense mechanism your body sets up from a deficiency of this vitamin or this nutrient, this mineral. So we'll treat you with that mineral, that vitamin, that nutrient. And then that's how you cure people naturally.
Yeah, straight up.
You know what I mean? But it's like when you look at biology and just how simple it is, you know what I mean? But it's like you believe modern medicine, you believe chemically created fucking versions of things that nature actually does. Like, why do you think there used to be apothecaries 200 years ago? Now there's fucking, you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, modern science has done great things.
Yeah.
You know, it can stop certain things like diseases like measles and smallpox and stuff that would wipe out entire, like the common cold wiped out fucking populations. You know what I mean? So yeah, it has its benefits, but it's on a very low level. When it comes to these complicated things that are caused by this world we're living in now, with all these different, because people weren't living like this 200 years ago. That's why all these diseases are running rampant. You know what I mean? It's because our bodies aren't getting the proper nutrients they need, the proper vitamins. We're living in a house, watching a TV all day. You know what I mean? We're not getting shit. We're eating McDonald's. We're eating shit that has no nutritional value, let alone even just a minor amount.
All these processed foods.
Even your vegetables are processed because the GMO seeds, like we live in a fucking conveyor belt society. And that's what it is. And the thing is, at the end of the day, if you can just diagnose and figure out what your balance is missing as a human, a lot of times that'll fix the issues.
Yeah.
There's a lot of diseases.
This is why I'm always looking up this stuff that they call alternative medicine. You know, just for like simple stuff. Like, nah, I don't want to take this pill or take that. You know, like it's just sometimes modern science isn't always like work.
Yeah. See, a lot of modern medicine and big pharma isn't even quote unquote modern science. You do like, you know, when a company wants to get a medicine produced, right? They have to go to the FDA and they have to provide a science that basically shows that, I think it's out of like 50 people, like 90% of people are affected in the proper way from this. What that doesn't take into accountability is the placebo effect. which is one of the biggest things in this world. It's like when people take aspirin, a lot of times it's not actually doing anything to them. It's actually making them have more frequent headaches down the road because of the aspirin or whatever it is in it that fucking, releases. And it actually causes your brain to whatever, giving you headaches more frequently further down the line. But people have these things, which is a placebo effect, you know what I mean? And if you believe it's going to help, then it will help. Yeah. Same way people can, Mount Showers syndrome or whatever it's called, and how you can convince yourself you're sick. The mind is a powerful tool. Yeah. So if you believe something's going to work, you pop a little pill, this works, then it works. But it doesn't really. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, modern science has done a lot of great things for certain things, but there's almost a cutoff line. And then as it progresses, it's almost just making excuses to create more drugs to hop people on more drugs. Yeah, like, look how many kids are hopped on Ritalin right now and fucking Adderall for being normal kids. Yeah. ADHD doesn't exist. Yeah, bullshit. Attention deficit disorder.
He's asking too many questions. Why don't we give him some Ritalin?
Oh, yeah, so he's being
a kid.
Not only a kid, but he's actually potentially being smart because they say.
Yeah.
Like what is the quote from Einstein? It's like only a fool thinks he knows everything. Yeah. So you grow up being taught that things are this way and that way, and then you question something and get hopped up on a pill. Yeah. There goes your chance of being a genius. You know what I mean? It's like the whole ideology of what makes someone smart is the idea of always being subjective and always being able to think from a different point of view or perspective, or accept another point of view or perspective. That's what makes a genius, because you're always open to learning. A genius isn't someone who goes to fucking Harvard, reads a textbook, value everything, and thinks they know the fucking world. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. And our kids at a young age, because they are developing their brains, and could potentially be the mind that changes the world. Yeah. Oh, you're hyperactive. You take a fucking pill.
Yeah. And what's wrong with being hyperactive?
Nothing. It's what kids do. It's exactly. Yeah, but with less and less resources, classrooms with more and more children, less people to fucking govern them and all this shit. It's a fucking excuse of a tool. Yeah. Oh, you're hyperactive. Well, sorry. Back when schoolrooms were fucking like 5 or 10 students in a classroom or whatever. You know what I mean?
Taking that shit.
You weren't taking that. No. You know what I mean? Like, everything has to do with engaging and, like, things have a deeper level, but it's called a kid hyperactive. It's attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Yeah. So I'm being normal? You know how many teachers want to hop me up on fucking pills? My parents wouldn't let them. And when I was young, I used to get mad at them and be like, yo, why won't, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, and they're like, no, trust me, you don't need that shit. And as I got older and, researched shit myself and looked, like, I've gone back to my parents and been like, thank you so much for never.
Yeah, putting on that shit.
Yeah. Do you know what the funny shit is now?
A scam,
as a grown-ass man, I'll take Adderall, and that shit gets me higher than cocaine, ecstasy, anything. I'm up for like fucking 13 hours. I'll clean the house 14 times. I all of a sudden have OCD. I'll make 14 beats. I'll write 12 verses. Yeah. Like it's like fucking smoking crystal meth in a pill. And that's what you're giving kids?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Like what the fuck? Yeah. That's the shit, bro. But
no, something about us not getting. Why not get self-service in TTC subway tunnel for another decade?
Oh no. That's Toronto, man. Fucking hundreds of years behind everybody else because they can't get their fucking shit together.
We're not Japan, man. We're not China.
I swear every city has that problem.
Someone on Facebook made this post earlier this week.
Yeah.
And we had some words about it, and I said we would bring it up.
Yeah.
We won't name the person.
Yeah.
Unless you want to call him out, but I'm not.
Okay.
Free advertising.
Never start smoke. That's what I was curious. He's a little on edge right now. If I give him a chance, maybe he'll.
What's the pose?
Alright. So guess what they're talking about on the radio? Same shit I've been talking about for a long ass time.
Yeah.
What's that?
Evicting criminals from community housing forever. Protect those who aren't criminals living in those communities. Give housing to the ones who qualify and aren't criminals who are on waiting lists, and toss out the fucking trash.
You know what?
I think wouldn't that make like a bigger, even bigger like?
I have a whole stance on it.
A bigger problem.
What's a criminal? Because I bet you the same person who wrote that shit has no problem going and buying cocaine on a Friday night from somebody that they might otherwise call a criminal. But that was a convenient friend when they need him to be a convenient friend. Yeah. Right? So what's a criminal, man? Some people do some shit. I mean, I definitely understand. Yeah. I understand the perspective in which this person is coming from. But the fact of the matter is this. At the end of the day, everybody needs somewhere to fucking live. And you can't just say, you know what, you guys are all criminals, we're going to exile you out of society, because that's some bullshit.
Well, do you know
they
what
have
the
to live
stupid
somewhere.
Thinking about that is so one-faced and one-minded, and basically white privilege way of thinking.
Right.
Is the fact is the reason why there is a high density of crime in lower class neighborhoods is simply the fact that most crime is based on proximity.
Yeah.
Dudes in the hood aren't taking an hour and a half fucking TTC transit to get to the fucking beaches to break in someone's house. You know what I mean? Nah. You're gonna rob the dude on the corner.
Yeah.
You're gonna rob the lady on the corner.
Yeah.
Proximity is the biggest reason crime exists. One. But two, the only reason it's high density crime in these neighborhoods is because you create these neighborhoods away from where there's any fucking opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
So you could work at McDonald's, you could work, if you're lucky, there might be a mall, like at Jane and Finch, there's a little mall. Maybe you could work at a kiosk, you could work at I don't know, is there a Foot Locker there? Like, the fucking best jobs you're getting within proximity are fucking shitty jobs. Yeah. There's no opportunity.
Not only just that,
you grew up
not
and
only
see
just
homie,
that,
you got money.
Not only just that, the type of criminals that this person is speaking of, like you said, you said very white privilege. They're not talking about the Italian mafia who's got millions of motherfucking dollars. Who, as a matter of fact, they just made the biggest bust, something like a $70 million bust not too long ago, last month here in Ontario for that shit, right? Yeah. And all in Montreal and Hamilton, we know like there's mafia's been fucking hits and whatnot going on. But they're not talking about those type of criminals because those are blue collar criminals or white collar criminals, whatever the fuck the phrase is. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Organized crime criminals. So they're talking about low end, criminals. And again, right now it's the hot topic because there's a lot of gunshots going on in Toronto. But again, and I think I've alliterated on this before, which is it doesn't matter who's doing the shooting. The media and society will always point to young black guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Always. So it's a young black problem, even if the people who were killed were not young and black. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll find a way. Oh, we need to bring carding back. If we had carding, this would have stopped this. But the guy who did it was a white guy. Doesn't matter. We need to bring carding back. It would have stopped it. We need to go back and patrol certain neighborhoods. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a mindset.
But the shootings are not even happening in those neighborhoods.
So it's like, you know what? Let me judge these guys a particular way. Let me judge these criminals. Let me say they deserve to be exiled. Meanwhile, let's go watch The Sopranos. Let's go celebrate Al Capone. Let's watch, you know what I'm saying? Let's watch.
Remember last week before we did the show when we were talking about shit going on? And you're like, oh, you haven't heard about that? You're like, don't you watch the news? And I'm like, nah. Yeah. And you're like, well, you should.
I don't watch the news either.
That's exactly what I said to you. I said, the reason why I don't watch news is because everything is a biased opinion that's sponsored by somebody.
Right.
There's no opinion pushed on the news where it is subjective. And we got into that whole conversation about being subjective and stuff, which is a whole other thing. Yeah. But that's exactly it. And that's why I don't fucking watch the news. Because that's how you end up. Fucking brainwashed like that dumbass saying some stupid shit like that.
That's not just because of the news, though.
Yeah.
But it pushes the ideology on.
No, but there's a difference between reporting, like, say CTV, right?
Right.
CTV, in general, is not going to, at this point, they're not promoting that it's only coming from these neighborhoods and we need to control these people. Right? Mm-hmm. Toronto Sun might do that, though.
Right.
Because Toronto Sun has always kind of been against the community.
Right.
For years.
Right.
But it's funny, like, you bringing this up.
Because Toronto Sun is a right-wing newspaper. So they're taking not only is the Toronto Sun a right-wing newspaper, they're also written from the perspective of a high school educated person.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I didn't understand that when I was younger, when I had a teacher and he's like, hey, what newspapers would you read? I'm like, I like the Toronto Sun. He's like, yeah, that's pretty much written for illiterate people or written for people who have like a very basic rudimental education. And then you have the Toronto Star and then you have the Globe and Mail. So it depends how deep into these articles and what type of articles you want to read. But the Toronto Sun is written, from what I find, from a very right-wing, low-educated perspective. They started that fucking bullshit ass Sun Media, which we get Andrew Scheer out of that fucking Sun Media. So fuck the Toronto Sun, anyways. Other than the Sunshine Girl,
you guys bring this up though, because actually, a friend of mine had a conversation. Not a friend, someone I knew had a conversation on Facebook on it. He's saying that same subject.
Yeah.
And he's getting all fucking stupid on me online. I said, this is what I told him. I go, look, even if you do that, where do you think these motherfuckers are going to go? They're going to be any and everywhere now. I'm not saying they shouldn't lose their residence if they do dumb shit.
Yeah, where are they gonna go?
But most likely, if they do dumb shit, they're
They're
get
just gonna go
locked up.
flood the suburbs
So
and
number
shit
one,
anyway, right?
so
Like,
number
come
one,
on.
they're gonna go to jail.
Yeah.
For the most.
Which more taxpayer dollars?
Well, I go. What about the people who do crime that don't live in those neighborhoods?
Right.
What do you do with them? And he started getting flustered, and
Right.
he started.
You're a
bringing-
white dude?
Yeah, of course.
Of
course.
The worst
Oh, that's
part
why
is
I
this
got
though, but this is the worst part though. Is that dude that you guys talk about? He listens to hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My problem is I don't understand how. And it's not that white. It's not that white guys. Any person that listens to hip hop.
No, you're right though. White dudes who listen to hip hop
Yeah.
sometimes are the most racist dudes I know.
Yeah.
And they don't even realize
Yeah.
it is the sad part.
They're hypocritical.
No, my hero is black. Yeah, but it's like
Yeah,
that's the same
but-
things like I have black friends. I'm
But
not
half the
racist.
shit you listen to, if you listen to Wu-Tang, you listen to Biggie,
They don't
whoever.
listen to it for that.
I know
They
that.
don't know what the 5%ers are.
Yeah,
They don't know what.
yeah, and they don't
What's up,
care.
God?
And I get it why they don't care, but
No, which is why I always trip the fuck out when you have these hip hop heads who are anti-Islam, and it's like,
And
come
this
on,
is how the show
motherfucker.
started.
Or
Yeah,
this is how the show started.
I like Dave Chappelle, okay, but fuck Muslims, huh? You know, Dave Chappelle's a
Yeah,
hardcore
that is
Muslim,
so-
right? You know what I'm
that
saying?
is
So
like they don't
it's
know.
a war.
They don't,
Yeah.
Bullshit.
And it's not even that, but just in general, it's like,
Yeah.
why do you partake in something that goes against what you really believe in?
Yeah.
You believe in this
You know what the
ideology.
problem is?
How the fuck do you
That
take this
most
in?
people
Makes
in the
them feel
Western
cool.
world don't
Yeah.
actually have beliefs.
Yeah,
They learn beliefs and believe that that's how they have to be a
Yeah,
structured human.
but it's almost
that's
like-
why I'm an open book and I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck. To me,
it's like living a double life.
I don't know what is right and what is wrong. That's why I posed the question
Yeah.
one week: what if fucking your cousin is the key to
Oh my
success?
God.
The royal family does it, but you know what?
But that's accepted. That's accepted.
The thing is,
within the
As
that,
much
yeah.
as it's a fucking joke,
You're telling us not to do it, but you're doing it.
Yeah.
exactly. That's what I'm
It's something
saying.
I wouldn't do,
I wouldn't do.
but we wouldn't do it because we've been conditioned not to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's
I know.
So
this
we're
is
promoting
exactly
fucking cousins.
As much as that was a joke to be obscure and random to make everyone laugh, like, yo, you're fucked up, Malone. It's actually coming from a point of truth, though.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the thing. It's like, you're taught to think and believe a certain way, and that's the problem with these fucking bigots in hip hop and shit, these fucking white idiots, is they don't even realize they're racist because they're so fucking brainwashed. And the thing is, are they truly racist? I don't know. But they have a lot of the same ideologies that
Yeah.
racist people have.
Or you know they have.
Well,
But
no.
they convince themselves they're
Well, okay.
racist 'cause they love
What I've
hip-hop.
noticed over the last 5 years, maybe a little bit more, and it specifically started with Trayvon Martin is when this shit started, or it started with Obama, is an innate sense of nationalism within particular people. Nationalism
Isn't it the same way Germany was divided up with the Nazis?
there you go. That's what nationalism is,
That's
and
why I
people do
don't
not
watch
understand.
the news.
So what nationalism is like, oh, this is my country, and if you don't do this, then you know what I'm saying, get the fuck out of my country. I own this. My family came here. Fuck your family. We've been here longer. Or we got ours. And, you know what I'm saying? It's like a sense of like, hey man, we came here 4 generations ago, and yeah, we closed the border to anybody after, or they want to close the border or whatever. You know, it's like we're our country's better than yours, and you gotta fucking subscribe to this whole notion of country first and everyone last, and you can't be, you know, proud of anything other than this country. It's so
Yeah,
fucking
my point is,
bullshit. You know what I mean?
It's the same thing as the Nazi thing, and that's why I
Yeah.
don't watch the news, because I'm not going to sit here and just read propaganda. If I'm going to learn about the world the way it is,
Yeah.
I'm doing fucking abstract research.
Right.
I'm going to look into it, and that's what I said to you, and you're like, yeah, but to understand history, you got to know where we're at, and I agree with you, but the thing
Right.
is, history will tell you how you got here and why you got here.
Yeah.
Now, if you read the version that the heroes wrote,
Yeah.
history is written by those who own heroes. So you're going to get the same thing you're getting from the news. You
Right.
have to read the abstract versions of history
Yeah.
and then compile, because there's a little bit of truth in
and
both.
everything. Yeah.
But the thing is, at the end of the day, it's like, I would rather teach myself about things that maybe happened 500 years ago,
Yeah.
but still relate to why we are the way we are
Yeah.
now, and watch the news and watch some fucking perpetuated bullshit
Yeah.
to fucking
But you
try
know what
to
it is?
psychosis me into either being racist or
Yeah, but
fucking
you know
this
what, though?
or that,
It
or
all
to
depends
subscribe
on-
to the system.
But it all depends on what source you're looking at. Not all media sources try to brainwash you that way.
Not all of them do, but the
Yeah.
thing is, at the end of the day,
Right.
they
There's
all
always
do
something.
to a degree.
Yeah, I
There's
do.
always
Yeah.
something,
Yeah,
you
but
know?
what I'm saying is, right, and again, it depends. Okay, when I look at the local Caribbean newspapers that are for the community, that half the stuff that's in local papers never cover.
Yeah.
Because again, it's just not part of their propaganda machine.
Exactly.
When I read the Caribbean papers, I don't feel like I'm being brainwashed.
No, because there's a lot more positive stuff in there too, isn't there?
Of course.
So they talk about the dude in the neighborhood who saved the house. Well, with
All
the fucking
types of
burning
shit.
kids
All
in
types
it.
of
They
shit.
talk about this and that.
Or
but when you watch mainstream news,
But that's what I'm saying.
It's not about that.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's what
Go
I-
to sources.
Your local news sources are
No,
good.
whether local or not, go to sources that you know don't have that type of bias.
There's not many of them.
But who cares? Go to them.
The
doesn't
bottom line
matter.
is this, though.
That's it.
The
And
bottom
a lot of
line
ones
is
that
this.
are like that get compromised because the way the internet works is, yeah, once you got the internet, a lot of people got to be able to communicate, and you started to be able to get messages across, and
Right.
things about conspiracies and stuff, things that could be very detrimental to the powers that be.
Yeah.
You know what else you got?
Yeah.
You got a bunch of fucking idiots, like the same people who write the Toronto fucking, the Sun or the Star was it you said?
Sun.
The Sun.
Star.
Yeah.
A bunch of
Right,
idiots
Sun, yeah.
who read wild out conspiracy theories like Earth is flat.
Yeah.
And now you have these types of people writing for these independent
Yeah.
news
But
sources
that's the same.
because they're abstract
Yeah.
thinkers. But
But
the thing
again,
is, they're not even reputable in their research.
Just go to the sources that you know.
Or just research history.
Yeah, you can. It's both.
That's it.
Whether you research history, it doesn't tell you about today.
No, but you
it
can
does.
recognize
Exactly.
patterns.
Exactly.
But that's the
Yeah.
thing. If you research
Yeah.
history,
But
you
it
can recognize
won't tell you
patterns
what
to
happened
understand
to
what
Nazis
is happening
in
today.
Germany is the
And
same
you
thing
can't
happening
recognize
now.
patterns though if you're not
Yeah,
taking a
but
look
listen
at what's
to this,
happening.
listen to this,
Exactly.
So
you
Look
have
at this,
to-
We're not walking around with
Put it like
these
this, but there's
posters
listen, though,
with
listen,
people
hold on,
depicted a certain
slow down,
way as
slow down, slow down.
propaganda. It's
Slow
done
down, slow down, slow down,
subconsciously through
slow
what
down,
your
slow down,
media
slow
you're
down.
taking in.
So you research that, and you see patterns going on right now. What do you do about it? Just recognize a pattern?
No, you recognize those patterns and you gotta.
Because
gotta-
when this is what I'm saying
You
now. This is
gotta
what I'm saying now. This is what I'm
organize
saying
and
now.
try
Right?
to do something.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying now. Because the people that believe in what's going on right now, that might seem like it's a pattern of something in the past, they don't see that as that.
No, because they don't even know.
Some do, some don't. And if they do know, like there are people in neo-Nazis that do know, do you think they care? No. They want it to be like that.
Well, no, well that's the thing.
Neo-Nazis should not exist in this side of
Well, see,
no,
the thing
in the
about
Western
propaganda
Hemisphere.
is what people forget about propaganda is the only way it works is that it has to appeal to certain groups of people to be more beneficial to them
Of
than
course.
others.
Of
You
course.
can't just put propaganda out there that's equally beneficial to people
Of course
or
not.
not
Of
beneficial
course
to
not.
anyone.
Of course. That's
There always has to be a segregated
Of course.
group in which they're going to feel like, yeah, my nuts are getting rubbed
Of
right
course,
now. This
of
is
course.
sick. You know what I mean? A lot of times it's used
That was
against
so
white
random.
people.
What a random ass quote.
Like I said, not every source. Like I said, not every source is like that. Therefore, you don't have to worry about that. Just go to the sources that you know don't have that. And even if you do look at propaganda, I go and I watch fucking alt-right videos. It's not gonna change me.
No, because you're looking at it from a good perspective.
No, it's not a good or bad perspective.
You're not
I'm-
looking at it from an influence.
Of course.
No,
And that's
So
the
you
problem.
said it
That's
right
the
there
problem.
yourself. The word is perspective. And
Yeah.
not a lot of people,
That's
sorry,
right.
not a lot of people, certain people, because a lot of people do have it,
No, a
certain
lot of
people,
people don't.
specifically the people who are trying to, you know what I'm saying, fuck over the others, they don't have the perspective of what it's like to maybe be a minority.
No.
They have the perspective of, hey, this,
Self-perseverance.
right. So,
Yeah.
and then that's another thing too I was going to touch on, which is at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is survival, right?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it boils down to so many different
Yeah.
motherfucking things. But the main thing is perspective. And you know what I'm saying? Again, if I say the sun rises in front of my window every day at 6:37 a.m. and you say no, because you live over here, it rises in front of my window every day at 6:41 p.m.
Yeah.
Who's wrong?
See,
It's all the
exactly what you're
perspective
saying
of
It's the
Wait,
same example
hold on
I
a
use in a
second,
different
hold on.
sense, and you're only as smart as you're taught.
Well, here's
the
a
reason
problem,
why these
though.
people have this dumb perspective
Right.
is because they've been raised to have it.
to a certain extent.
And that's why I'm saying, like, that's why I don't pay attention to mainstream media, because
Okay.
that's all it is doing. It is conditioning you. That's how you get these bigots in hip hop. How else do you get them?
Well,
The culture you love is black. You grow up listening to music
Yeah.
about.
but it's not.
I don't
black.
understand it at all.
You
I don't
many times
understand
have
how you
conversations with
can.
people like, It's not black culture anymore.
But I get what Malone's
Black
saying.
people.
But no. I get what
You're in
Malone's
it now,
saying.
so black doesn't
But I get
exist.
what he's saying. That's like, dude. Imagine.
being sarcastic.
No.
Yeah.
But imagine watching. It's like imagine watching UFC and some guy comes out with a big like Nazi swastika in the middle of his forehead. And he's like
Looking
the
like fucking
illest,
Edward Norton
but
in
he's
American
the
Act.
illest like taekwondo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu fight. Like he knows all these foreign styles, and he comes out, looking like dude from American History X. You'd be like, yo, what? This doesn't make any sense. Like you're totally fucking off like Asian culture and these other cultures where these martial arts derived from,
you
right?
could easily have a person like that.
Yeah.
Because everyone's perspective.
But it's weird.
The same, and I like the example
Yeah.
you use because
Wicked
it
one.
coincides with the same example I always use when I talk about this exact topic, and people are only as fucking smart as they're taught. And it's the same
Yeah.
thing. My example is way more extreme and different, but
Right.
I'm saying the exact same thing.
Right.
My example I always use is if you had a kid,
Yeah.
locked it up in a fucking basement until it was 20 years old. But you home taught it, and you had to read, write, and knew the difference of English language and different things and colors. And, like it wasn't an idiot.
Yeah.
But you told it, the sky is green,
Yeah.
grass is blue, and pavement is purple. But you taught it what real colors were.
Didn't they make that movie with Brandon Fraser?
For the first
Yeah.
time, that kid would be so fucked up in its
Yeah,
head.
of course.
Or the vice versa. You don't teach them a color scheme, and when they walk out, they walk around the rest of their life believing that this is purple, this is green, and this is blue.
Didn't they make that movie with Brandon Fraser where he was locked in a
His whole life.
Yeah, man, like he was locked in that cellar for like 25 years because his parents thought the atomic bomb went off or whatever.
Oh,
and then-
shit.
What? And it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah, he comes out and he's like, yo, this world's crazy. What's going on here? He's got the perspective from like the 40s or whatever, but it's like the 90s or something, or 70s.
That's trippy.
That's an old ass movie. It's a comedy,
I
man.
think Brandon Fraser's whack.
That's probably why.
That's like a 20-year-old movie, man.
Oh, okay.
It goes to the exact same point you're making, though.
Alicia Silverstone
But
was in it.
at this point, right? Knowing that we
Yeah.
know, the one issues the hip hoppers as an example, because I was getting these conversations about if it's black culture or not, which I'm getting tired of having those
It
conversations.
is a stupid conversation
Right.
because it is, and if you disagree,
Yeah. Yeah, which whatever.
then
But at
you
the end
should
of the
soul
day,
searching or something.
what can be done to let people come to a certain level of understanding? Because regardless if you like, as us, we look at history, whatever. But most people, they don't want to look at history, and they only want to see the propaganda, and they're part of this culture.
Do you know why propaganda
But are they
works?
part of the culture?
Well, no, they're not. And you know what?
Right,
This
right.
is why propaganda works, because it goes exactly what
Yeah.
you're saying. Is everything is about self-perseverance at the end of
Yeah.
the day. So if you can be convinced that self-perseverance is based on race, then no matter how much you love hip-hop and no matter how
Yeah.
many heroes of yours are black, you're always going to have
Yeah.
that perspective, like, I won't say the rapper's name, but always gets offended when people say rap is black culture, and he's always like, that's cringe and shit like that. And it's like,
Right.
you sound cringe saying that because you are showing a
Who the
deeper
hell is
level
that?
within yourself
Is
that you feel a need and a sense of self-preservation.
Who the hell says that?
I do not feel that. If my self-preservation is in myself,
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question. Because let me pose our guest a question. All right? Because we got a guest here, and I guess obviously people watching, people are going to see this in the future, they're going to realize that our guest is visually impaired. You know what I'm saying? Now, we all talk about seeing skin color.
Mhm.
Now I'm going to ask you, my man, Jordell, do you see skin color?
To a certain extent.
To a certain extent. So you have I guess very close vision or
Yeah, I'm very nearsighted.
very, very nearsighted. Okay, but for the most part, you have the perspective of being able to see the world almost like seeing people for who they are as opposed to what
everything
color they
as
are.
a
You know what I'm
human,
saying?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
so you know what I'm saying? Like, what's your thoughts on race and culture and certain things? Like, you know what I mean? Different races and whatnot coming from that perspective. Because again, we're going from the very superficial,
Yeah.
almost seeing the skin.
So like
Aspect,
a little,
you know what I'm
little
saying?
bit more
Very good
detail. Like
question.
maybe give me an example.
Well, what I mean is you know what I'm saying? Like, I would say we live in a very black and white color world, and that's just because we have two eyes,
give a
so we
simple
see things
example of
as
what you're
either
saying.
black or white. You know what I'm saying? But you, as somebody who doesn't necessarily have the ability to visualize or see that, not visualize, but see, you know what I'm saying, things in the black and white,
Yeah.
physical. You know what I mean? Like, what is your take on
race
race?
doesn't really matter.
There you
Exactly.
go.
You know?
Shouldn't.
Race never really matters.
Culture
Right.
matters, race does
No, let
not.
him finish.
But
Yeah.
Like you know, I have friends all different races.
Can you even? I guess obviously again you can tell what race they are, but I mean, is that? I mean, in your community, is there borderlines that are drawn around race? Do you guys even care about the race of each other? Are you more just like, you know, like fuck it, man,
Like
we're in this
me,
together?
like people I know and all that. Obviously, you know, they're not like that. There's always like, you know, growing up. I grew up in Sudbury.
Right.
You know, like I'd be lying if I said we didn't have to deal with any of that shit.
Oh, for sure.
There,
I've been to
there,
Sudbury a
north.
few times.
Yeah.
Nickel City, Nickel Town.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to
A
Ches.
lot of disenfranchised black people with no jobs.
But I mean, as
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
who doesn't even have to see the
Who agree with
superficial,
that?
does that even, you know what I'm saying? Like, does it? I mean, you're seeing it you're seeing life for what it really is, where that shouldn't even matter. I mean, from my perspective, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying, or what I'm trying to allude to.
I want to ask you a question too, and I don't want to come off as ignorant, but I'm just curious from the sense of like, because I look at everything right, like, to me, through my beliefs of just researching humans and history and stuff, I believe the biggest goof of mankind is when we are convinced we need a language to communicate. Now, one thing I want to ask you is, do you, because I don't know, but what I've read is that when you deal with one of your senses being impaired to some degree, that your other senses are enlightened.
When you lose one sense, you're forced to use all the other ones.
And I believe
it's like you're training your brain.
Well, the thing is with you,
know,
right? Like, that's why I truly believe a lot of people who are seeing are somewhat sight impaired. A lot of times are way much better musicians than most of the rest of people, because you have an enlightened sense of all your other senses.
You just get more into it. You know, you're just more
Word.
in tune with, you know.
But like the way you make things sound, and the way you sing, like the way, like, have you ever taken singing lessons?
I think of yeah, I did for like a year.
A year, so not enough to really understand singing lessons. But you're
And I'd
able.
probably go back into it. Just
But you
'cause-
send me a chorus, and this guy sends me a chorus.
Mhm.
There is 10 tracks. You know what they're labeled? Main, backup, low, main, backup, high, main, backup, mid, main, backup, left, mid, right, mid,
Yeah.
so on and so forth. There's about 12 tracks for this
Yeah.
chorus. When I first get it, I'm
Layering
like,
them.
holy fuck. But do you know what I realized while working with it? It's absolute genius.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to ask you,
That's
have you ever
just-
took music? Because I had a feeling it's because your senses are so enlightened that you just understand that this, like, I need to do this in this tone, this pitch, this and this. Like, the way it was broken down was literally like professional music. Like, I've
Honestly,
never dealt
man,
with anything like it
I'll
before.
be honest with you. I'm really crazy about being organized.
Yeah.
You know, like that's just how I am. I like to organize everything, and I'm just, you know, it drives some people crazy, but that's just how I am.
No, it's amazing. But the thing, like, see, and it's not even because it was so organized, but it's the fact that, like, anyone I've ever had sing on a song, I might get 5 tracks from tops. You sent me about double or triple that. And the way that it all sounded together, once again, like I said, it's the best chorus I've ever received for a song of mine in my life. And even you made a post one day, you're like, Maloney and someone else, you're like, I said, my 2 best hooks ever.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this thing you sent me, like, I want to show it to these guys, and I will after the show, but it is absolute musical genius and masterpiece. And, like, it's just the way you thought it out in your brain to put, like, all right, this is the main, this is the, like, I'm telling you guys, like, it's literally layers, and when it all comes together, it's not layers. You don't hear a high and the mid. You hear
It's
one
all combined.
You
It's
hear
all
one combined sound out
Yeah.
of 13 tracks. It
Yo.
goes into the rain. Got you thinking about how. Which when you listen to individual tracks, one's like, "What you did to me," and when you listen to those, like, "What you did to." But when they all play together,
Yeah.
it is just
Cause
seamless.
yo, man, like I hear shit in my head, and I just spend a little bit more time than like average person trying to make it work. You know, most of the time it does. You know, and then there's times where it doesn't, but it still sounds dope.
Yeah.
But that's just what I go off. Like I hear shit in my head,
And that's what I was trying-
That's it.
And that's exactly what I was trying to ask you, is that if it's something that you learned or if you do it off of what feels right. And the vibe I'm getting is that you do it off of what feels right.
Yeah.
And that is exactly the point I'm making, is the fact that
Everything's about
with your
feeling.
sightings enhanced, with your senses enhanced on other sides, like, you are an absolute musical genius. And every time anyone ever talks about you, like, you know, you just met Mike today. I'm like, oh shit, you don't know Mike? I'm like, this man is a musical genius.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's the only thing I can say about you. Because through my experience of hearing you, seeing you live, and working with you, that is the only thing I've ever been proven to see, is that you are actually just a musical genius. And I love it that the fact is that you're like, it just goes off what feels right. Like, it's natural.
Yeah, and that's kind of what has been happening with my newest project. You know, I put out, like, I'm part of this project by that was done. It's producer James Stang. He's produced five EPs, and I'm on one of those EPs. It's all 5 songs with my vocals on it, and it's I just, you know, he sent me about 14, 15 beats. I picked 5, and I just kind of sat there and just wrote, you know, like, that I don't really do that a lot, but I'm at that point now, because, like, I'm so picky with how my songs are, you know, like, I can just finally listen to my music. That's how picky, that's how hard on myself I was.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But, so it's like now, when I'm at this point in my career, I can just sit there and just write, and, like, as long as what line I wrote makes sense, okay, cool, on to the next, and then, like, but then I gotta look back at it and be like, oh shit, like, I wrote about that, you know?
Yeah. But it's whatever feels right at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's,
man.
it's dope. Like, I've never like really did that before. Where you just sit there and write and just not give a shit about what you're writing.
It's too super critical, right?
Yeah.
Bro, 90% of my music making career, same thing. And even still, I get it sometimes, like, especially when I'm rapping with other dudes that, like, spit, like, you know, the song I'm working on with Stitch. You know, I was like concentrated on each bar. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, fuck, I got, you know, but, like, I've found myself doing that more lately, is when I write songs, is instead of just trying to be a good rapper and trying to prove I'm a good rapper, is just go with the flow. And sometimes, like, I'll really try not to say a whack bar, but you know what I mean? But it's like, I don't care if there's a punchline in it. And you make some of the best music you ever make. Dude.
Yeah, I gave up trying to be the best
what
lyricist of all
happened
time.
with
It's
that,
like,
the very last song on this EP, I sat there and kept overthinking. And then one day, like, it happened the most with this song. And I just sat there and wrote, and then it's recorded. And I kept doubting it, because I like to plan what I'm doing. You know, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
right? So, but then I sent the EP to people that I work closely with, and people that I'm just close with in general. And one of the popular songs was that song.
The one you didn't like.
The one that I was doubting, because I put a little less thought into writing it than a lot of the other songs.
It's a crazy thing, man.
You know, and
Most
it
artists
was
say that.
crazy. And I, you know, like I was saying earlier, like, I just came from, like, a Reiki session and all that stuff, and, like, which is fucking dope as fuck, actually. And, like, the conversation that I had with her at the end of that was, like, it was kind of similar to that, where it's like, you know, you don't really, how do I put this, like, you just need to go with the flow with your creation. You know, like, don't stifle yourself. You know, like,
Anytime you stifle yourself, it comes off force.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
And no, I agree. And it's just crazy with how that even came about, you know. And so I'm kind of excited for, like, you know, whatever next project I'm working on, because just seeing the results from this project, from those songs, you know.
Bro, just based on that track we got sitting in the top, like I would love to just do like a little EP with you. It's 6 songs. Each of us produce 3 of the tracks. The 3 beats, you pick a mine, you pick the direction, and then I hop on, and vice versa. You send me some beats, I pick 3, I pick the direction, and then you just hop on.
Yeah,
That would be dope, bro.
that would be cool. That's a crazy idea.
Some shit like that, you know what I mean? We'll talk more, obviously, you know what I mean? We don't have to do this on the show, but no, man, I just think it's super interesting. The reason why I want to bring it up and ask too is because it kind of coincides with what Dustin was asking about judging people and seeing people on an even scale. But another question I'm kind of curious
It's all
about:
about personality.
do you read energy at all? Like, can you feel the vibes? Like when you walk in a room and there's some negative people in there, can you feel the vibes?
I'm starting to.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I gotta do a bit of work on it, sort of thing, right? But I'm starting to, like, I get, like certain times I'll get like a certain vibe from somebody, positive, negative, whatever, right? But it doesn't happen that much like lately. But lately I've been kind of into like stuff regarding that, just trying to be more in tune with like everything.
Yeah.
With, like energies and all that. So it's happening, and it's kind of throwing me off because like I'm not used to shit like that. Like where something's telling me something about this person, like you can trust this person. Like he or she's not gonna do whatever, right? So it's crazy.
Well, I definitely gotta apologize because my energy's all the way fucked up today. My energy been fucked up like kind of all week, but my energy's absolutely.
You met Jordell before, though, right?
Yeah, for sure, man.
So you know.
Let me tell you something about Jordell, man. This motherfucker actually beat me in a competition a couple years back, and he went on to win the entire because it was like a multi-month, multi-performance thing,
Right?
Yeah, man, you killed that. You killed it. So
can you imagine listening to Jordell?
It's crazy though.
Could you watch him perform? You'd be like,
I'm trying to dab some man. He didn't even know. I apologize, man. Fuck.
Bro, I've actually.
Hold on, we try to listen.
All right, we try that again. There you go, homie. There you go. Yes, sir.
All right.
But no, you killed it that night. You know what I mean? And I know I went out there and I fucking smashed it. I was up there dancing with the audience and stuff. All of a sudden, this guy came out and he did hip hop. He did fucking reggae and he did R&B all in one set, and I'm like, yo, and trap, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck, homie? Like, and yeah, you smashed that shit.
Is, right?
You won the whole competition.
Jet leaves, no?
Yes, Jet was killing it too.
To the finals.
Yeah, you guys are cousins.
Oh, you guys had to go against each other?
And
Yeah.
It still didn't happen.
Oh, it still hasn't happened?
It hasn't happened.
Oh no. Well, shout out Jet Lee's. I've said it before. I've said it before that my people got into a scrap with her pops. One night at one of Chez's shows.
That got put in a music video too.
Did it? Get the fuck out of here! Where's this music video? How come I've never seen this?
It's called Hold Up.
Seriously?
It's on YouTube.
I gotta find this video. I had no idea that. Man, okay.
It's crazy.
I got.
And I was talking to the video guy. I'm like, yo, you're not gonna leave that in there, are you?
Yeah. This exists.
Oh shit.
See, I didn't know there was any footage of it, bro.
Yo, both of them hop on the computer immediately.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this shit. Is Jet Lee's video?
It's like they're in a race to find this video first.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That was crazy. I'm like, I can't believe you guys left that in there.
That's nuts.
Oh wow.
Oh my lord.
Is Jet Lee's video?
Jet Lee's Hold Up, yeah.
Oh shit! Get the fuck out of here.
It's hold up, don't Snapchat that. And then there's a part where it's like, hold up, did you see that? And right when she
Oh
raps
no!
that, I'm like, yo, you guys are crazy, man. Like,
Oh no!
oh man.
Oh wow! Yeah, that was a crazy night. Still.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that
know
was.
me and my cousin Jordell were just sitting by the stage, and he's like, yo, it's getting a little crazy over there, and I'm here stomping and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
My guys are pissed. They want to pull knives out and shit after, and I'm like, nah, man, you just gotta hold that one. Oh shit! Yeah. Oh fuck! It's right there in the video too, eh?
What club was that at again?
That was at Nocturne.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe y'all kept that in there. You guys
I
are.
can't believe they
That's
kept
mad
it.
wild for that.
That's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Top staying playing, y'all.
Oh, yo, there's the proof of the fight and everything, and yeah, man, we fucked, man.
Yo, they were getting turned in there, and everybody was fucking turned. That's
Yeah. It you know what? That could have went really bad, really quick. And
Yeah.
luckily, smoother, cooler heads prevailed, but that had the
Yeah.
potential to like
Mhm.
turn into something really, really
Right,
bad
yeah,
that
bro.
night, man. Yeah, me too. That was actually the night that my homeboy he got his master's degree that same day, and I was just like, damn.
Oh,
Like, you just got your
Lord.
master's degree, so I had to get him out of there eventually. I'm like, yo, you can't be graduating university, getting your master's, and getting this scrap the same day. Like, that's just not a good look at all.
Yeah, just
But
like, fuck you, I got my master's
yeah,
degree.
but how is it? How's the process making music as somebody visually impaired? Like you said that ultimately use your other senses, so you rely on those a little bit better. But the actual process, what's
My
that like,
computer
man?
talks to me. Like I listen
Oh,
to my
dope.
computer.
Okay,
I listen to my computer. It reads what is on the screen, and I just go
Okay.
from there. I don't really use the mouse. I
Okay.
just use the keyboard, and I use a program called Reaper,
okay,
which not that popular, but I mean this is all the crazy mixes that come from it.
Okay.
That I work on and all that stuff. So I just listen to my computer. I put if it needs a compressor, if it needs an EQ, if it needs whatever,
yeah,
then I'm able to do that.
okay, dope. That's proper,
And
man.
Same program. You could also make beats. So I make beats in the same program too.
Nice, man. Okay, so you get the program does it for you, and you're good to go from there.
Yeah, I got all my gear. I got my keyboards, my drum pads, all that stuff.
Yeah,
I got my microphones. So it's just I got everything I need, and whatever I got to do, whether it's a beat or a mix, it's there.
nice. That's what's up, man. 'Cause I always kind of wondered that, like what the process was like and whatnot.
And there's a lot of times because I got my studio's portable.
Okay.
So every time I go and travel, I bring my shit with me. If I gotta record something, if I gotta record a verse,
Yeah.
and the deadline is pretty close, and I'll just set up wherever I'm at and record the verse, make sure that all the acoustics are good, and just do what I need to do.
Okay. Nice, man. That's most definitely proper. You know what I mean? Like the fact that you have the ability to do that and whatnot.
Yeah, man.
With portable
I also record
studio.
People, oh yeah, I'm looking for somewhere to record. So I'll record them and make a little bit of money and all that shit.
Okay. Nice, man. So who's like, you know what I mean? Like, right now you work on an album. Who's if you can work with anybody, who would be that dude? Dude, female, group,
I
band.
can work with anybody.
Yeah, like who's your dream?
Like, you mean like producer wise?
Anything, man. Producer, singer.
Like when it comes to like
Anything.
producers, man, I can't just say one person.
Okay.
I definitely work with Pharrell.
Yeah.
I work with LP. I think that would be crazy.
Right.
I like Aesop Rock's kind of guitar oriented instrumentals. I like those.
Okay.
Why is my life?
Even Dr. Dre, I definitely work with Dr. Dre for sure.
Nice.
Those guys. When it comes to artists,
Yeah. I gotta make a name soon.
rappers, Royce 5'9" is one of my favorite rappers.
Yeah, hands down, Royce dope.
Oh,
Royce is definitely that dude.
I work with Slaughterhouse, but I do Jordell Downey.
Okay.
word,
So, yeah, a track called CMI from the Prologue EP that's on iTunes and Spotify. You can play all that. Another, I think a more modern artist I go with. I work with Chance.
Okay.
I think Chance is really dope.
Dope, man.
B.O.B.
Yeah.
B.O.B. He's nice with the new shit that he's been putting out is real nice. And there's homegrown kind of.
Yeah.
You know what? It's hard to get
work
into
with
the
Carter now. I work with I even work with Tory Lanez,
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Really? Fire.
Yeah.
No doubt. So what's next on the docket? What's the next moves for you?
Next,
What's coming up?
promoting November 8th. My November 8th, the 5 Deadly Venoms EP series drops.
Okay. Proper.
So you got Roots, the Centipede. You got Anonymous, the Snake. You got DND, the Toad. Kaka, the Lizard. That's his rap name. I'm not joking about that one.
Kaka.
Kaka.
Like she's the shit.
Yo!
Right, there you go. That's
At least
what's
you
up.
guys know. Yo, I was talking about like a homie like a couple
And you
weeks
got-
ago, and I said caca to them, and they're like, "What the fuck you just say?" I'm like, like who?
Yeah,
There's no
it's
cock
universal.
block.
Who calls
It's
poo
universal.
caca?
universal.
What kind of household you grew up in?
That's why people need to know in history.
And I'm like, what? I honestly felt like an alien until you just said that. I'm like, I'm not the only one who uses
Come on,
caca.
No, listen,
Universal.
There's all types of words for shit, man.
When I was a kid, my parents used to say that when they had a younger kid over.
Yeah. Nice way to say shit.
Man. My girl says that to the people in the retirement home she works who don't speak English. Hey, caca. You know, she.
Universal thing.
I wish I remember
She
which
caca.
one mine was because I could punch him in his mouth
You all fucked up.
Oh, fuck.
with horse shit.
Ah.
It's
That's
like
what they put-
it's
that's
a
what
step below getting raped by the horse. You
Alright.
caught lying, you
Okay.
get punched with horse shit.
Oh,
All right, hold on. I want to ask her to do one last question.
Last but not least,
Yeah.
me, the Scorpion.
Ooh, I'm a scorpion. Are you a scorpion in real life? When's your birthday?
That's weird, man. My birthday's January 22nd.
Oh, I thought you were a
Aquarius.
scorpion. I was gonna
You know?
show you some love, man. What the fuck?
I'm like, yo, but I was born in the year of the snake. But
Yeah.
there's another guy born in the year of the snake.
Why,
and
you're
I
Scorpio?
got asked.
We discussed our birthdays are 5 days apart, homie, or a week apart.
I
We
got
discussed
asked
it.
to be.
Yeah, I'm
part
a
of this
Libra,
project.
Because I'm on the 22nd.
I'm the 27th.
So I'm right before the turning point. You're
Yeah.
OVO.
Yeah, I am.
Wait, you're
OVO Dustin.
your
Yeah.
birthday is what?
22nd.
The real Mr.
Oh,
October.
October. So I'm the day that literally before it crosses over.
No, that's a Scorpio.
Shout out to Reggie Jackson,
I'm
but
not
I'm the real
Scorpio.
Mr. October.
Because I mean, like, I don't like. Okay,
Cutting it
January
on my knife.
20th. That's where it starts.
I don't know why I got this knife on camera, but
So I'm like, I get confused with shit like that. Like I'm always thinking it starts at like the 21st for like.
I know for a fact
21st.
I'm a Libra because I named my best album I ever made, The Perfect Balance. And it's literally.
So
Yeah.
there you go.
that's why you know why you're a Libra because of that.
Well, no, I know I'm a Libra. But
I am fucking it up, man.
All right, but let me ask. I guess.
Looking at reading about Aquarius, like they use the word visionary. I didn't know that at first. Then I read about it. I'm like, oh shit, okay, this definitely works.
I drink like a fish.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you guys one last question. You know what I'm saying? Because it's getting to that time. You know, we almost did 90. I gotta get out of here. We did about 80 minutes. But I do want to ask.
You did good, actually, bro.
Yeah.
You said you were leaving at 9. I'm like, damn, that's gonna be a shit show.
But I do want to ask her. I do one last question because you know what I'm saying. Because like I said, it's Toronto Talks, you know, and I want to get back to talking some of the issues and whatnot. But this upcoming election, we got a federal election coming up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which candidate out of the four? Because we got Scheer, we got Trudeau, we got Jagmeet Singh, and I have no idea who the Green Party candidate. I don't think anybody really knows who the Green candidate is. But who, you know what I'm saying? Your personal opinion. Who's the best candidate for someone like yourself and someone in your position, someone visually impaired or just in general?
Honestly, I haven't really been that in touch with the whole politics thing.
Okay.
However, I heard a little bit.
Yeah.
Probably not enough, but whatever. But I mean, I could go with Singh. He could be. I don't know.
Shout out Jagmeet Singh.
He might just be.
He's got amazing
bit
hair.
More about quality
Yeah.
than a lot of others.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely seems like a quality dude for
And
sure.
he's my
Stand-up guy, right?
Yeah.
It's hard. A lot of people aren't fans of NDP, especially I think out in Alberta and whatnot. They're not fans of the NDP. And so it's going to
But
be hard
that's
for them
based
to
on
get.
provincial politics, right?
Yeah, it's kind of based on provincial, but
It's
still,
based on influence.
still has some
propaganda.
shit to do with it.
Yeah, well,
So we'll see what happens there.
That's a funny thing, man, in this world.
Well, but
People don't think they actually have a choice. Same idiot we were talking about exiling criminals.
Yeah.
The same person who made a post fucking a week before saying, well, I'm not voting for Green because he doesn't stand a chance and Green Party's a joke. So out of my two worst evils, and it's like that is the most succumbing state of mind of all time.
Yeah.
A lot of
If
people
everyone
vote
thinks
based on
like
that,
you,
yeah.
which most people do,
What
you're
if-
the reason two-party voter.
Yeah.
I would rather
Right.
take a bet on the Green Party or NDP, and sure, maybe it's 4 years of shit, but it's not going to be any worse than what these other two parties already put me through consecutively.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
People
are
don't
so
want
fucking
the-
scared
they
of
don't want the
change.
change.
And that's the
They don't
thing,
want
like,
the change.
Shit,
What
what
if
if
fucking scared
What
of
if the
change?
Green Party? What if
Come
the
on,
Green
man.
Party gets more
Fuck
votes
happened
than
here.
what most people are expecting?
You know what?
Then it's like, oh, well, you know what? Maybe, you know?
People have this saying, and it's not used in politics, but it actually applies and works the same way. But life starts when you break out of your comfort zone.
Of course.
Yep.
The same thing with fucking politics.
Yeah.
Everyone votes politics in a comfort zone.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Even if you don't
I'm gonna
agree,
do this because I'm looking at it logistically.
I'm feeling safe.
The fact that you're looking at voting logistically already took the whole ideology of you voting away.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's no point in even voting if you're doing it
Yeah.
to be logistical.
Yeah.
Because you know what? A fucking news station told you that logistically that was your best move to make. People
Well,
are fucking stupid.
just
Vote for
follow.
the fucking Green Party. Give them a chance.
Not
Vote for
that-
NDP.
vote-
You know what?
I'd
What's the
say-
fucking worst that's gonna
I
happen?
just say vote for who you feel most comfortable. If you feel playing safe is your best option, win or lose, go ahead. That's a decision you have to live with. It's like the people that voted
That's
for.
true. I just don't want to hear
Yeah.
you complain on day-to-day life.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
compensated
But they-
enough for the
and-
work you do.
and
The
they
work
are.
you do. This and that. Shut the fuck up.
I
Okay?
feel like those same people are.
They
Yeah.
are! That's
Yeah.
the problem!
Yeah. Let them,
The
it's like
biggest whiniest bitches in our society are the people who succumb to everything they're told.
like our last provincial election when Ford won. I know a lot of people that supported Ford and that were conservatives. And now I seen conservatives support him, and then after he did all the shit he did, they want to complain. You voted for him though.
Yeah.
The fuck you
Why
complaining
why
about?
complain? We can just vote for a different party.
Yeah,
next time
exactly.
you voted for the problem
know
that
what
you
my
have
thing is?
today.
I don't even look at politicians. I look firstly at the positions they hold, right?
Yeah.
I will never vote conservative because
Why
I
not?
am anti-capitalist.
Okay, but
I
You live
believe
in a cap-
capitalism can work.
Well, you
But
live
do you
in
know
a
how
capital-
capitalism
you live in a
works?
capitalist country.
You tax the richest people from 80 to 90%, and it goes down the spectrum. Not the vice versa, where the people making fucking working 3 part-time jobs to get
Yeah.
by are paying out fucking thousands of dollars in taxes.
Yeah.
And a dude who made $17 million pays no taxes, he reaches over a bracket.
Yeah.
That makes no fucking sense. That makes no economical
But it does. But it
sense.
does make sense.
No, it does if you're conservative. That's
But
why I'll never vote
But it
conservative.
makes sense because at the end of the day, gotta keep the rich rich.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Because you gotta get everyone else to work for everybody else.
You don't have to keep. The thing is,
That's the point of our system.
Did you know there was a time?
I
in
don't agree
America-
with it. I
Did
don't
you know
agree
there
with
was
it.
a time in America
Mm.
where the rich
Mm.
were taxed at 90%.
I think I was talking about this earlier
We
today
were
to
talking about
somebody.
this last week.
When
Yeah, I
was
was talking about
this?
this
was
earlier.
an
When was
offshoot,
this?
but
When was this?
This was earlier.
Like what?
Like
1900s?
30s.
Okay, so what changed?
But there was a point
Holy fuck.
in
Yeah.
American economics
Yeah.
where the richest people in the country were
Yeah.
paying up to 90% taxes.
Yeah.
Do you know what this did? It think about it. You
Was
make
this before or
$20
after the
billion
recession?
in a year.
Was this before or after the recession?
Because do you know what the problem is
Well
now?
before the recession. We're talking like
This would have
early
been before the Great
1900s.
Depression.
Before the Great Depression.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no. This might have been after the Great Depression, but this might have been taken away in between that.
Yeah.
Because the Great Depression would be the same type of thing that could cause this type of thing to happen, along with crops being wiped out and
Yeah.
different things. But the thing is, there was a point where in America, the idea of capitalism was the people who made the most money paid the most
Yeah.
taxes. So you made $20 billion in a year. You paid 90% taxes, right?
Yeah.
Now let's say $100 million in a year, right? You pay 90% taxes. So you took home $100 million.
Yeah.
Do you know what happens once lobbyists come in and change the system
Yeah.
to work in favor of the rich, basically the
Yeah, of
banking
course.
families
Yeah,
and
yeah,
different things?
yeah.
What happens is you have an inflation of people hoarding money,
Of course.
which is the issue right
No,
now.
but this is the question.
Because with $100 million, you're fine. Whether you made $900 million
Yeah.
or not, with $100 million, you are fine.
Yeah.
You are more than good.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
You're not even in competition with
Yeah.
people. You're fine. But along the line, people with money
But
and
this is the
influence, and
thing,
this is
though.
why I say you never have democracy till lobbying
Yeah.
is
But
destroyed.
this is the thing, right? After a certain point in time, when whatever Republicans and Democrats, where it became the system we're in now, they both basically lobbied, not lobbied, but they
That's why I don't
let
vote
it be.
liberal either.
But whether it's that or not, like I just seen something where, what's the guy's name? Bernie Sanders is talking about he wants to get rid of billionaires. Whether he gets rid of them or not, tax them the most or not, unfortunately the system is for the rich first and everyone else second.
Well, and it's so far gone at this point
Yeah.
that it's, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because that's the sad part is that in the early 1900s, you know, people who are first migrated families here, or second, even third generation here, they understood the ideology of banking systems and how detrimental and powerful they were to an economy, and how you could not allow them to have too much power. You had to hold power in people, and that's why laws like that existed, where the highest grossing people paid the most tax. But over time, people with money, through lobbying, you influence things, you change laws, you make things a little lighter here and there.
Work for your best interest.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all good.
Have you ripped it off?
No.
Oh, we're still alive?
But all right, man. And bank.
But
We always talk about the bank.
anyways, that's a whole conversation.
This guy's the king of the banking system.
It's crazy.
All right, let's let our homie. Yeah, let the people know where you know.
How to find you online, all that good stuff.
Alright, you can find me at my official website, Downs Music.
Oh shit.
Downsmusic.com.
That's crazy.
That's DOWNZMUSIC.com. Downsmusic.bandcamp.com. Jor_Dell_Downs on Instagram and Twitter. A new project, The Scorpion, drops November 8th. And, it's going to be crazy. You're going to love it. You
Nice.
can also get The Getaway. The Getaway is already up. That one dropped May 10th. That's on my website as well. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Music and Tidal as well.
Nice.
That's it.
Got you thinking about what you meant to me.
All right, my dude. Before we sign off, give us one song that you would tell the people if they never heard anything of yours before that they can go online and they can find, and that you would say is that track. You know what I mean? Which one is that track that you would tell somebody to go up and look?
Well, I'm gonna go with the one that mixes hip hop and R&B.
The one that fucked me up.
The one that. No, the track "Spark My Soul."
Okay.
That one's on Spotify, Instagram, all of that.
Dope.
You know.
Dope.
So it's man, you want to check that track out? Nice laid back, jazzy vibe. Still got a hip hop feel. The vocals, the soulful vocals.
Yeah. Nice, man. Yo, for those of y'all who have never actually taken Jordell in, please take him in. I guarantee you, he's dope. He's amazing. Like any track I've ever heard of his, I just been like, this is a playback. Like any track I've ever taken interviews, I've at least played back once or twice. You know what I mean? And I've done my due diligence and shared your stuff all over Facebook, a few times or whatnot. Like I said, you are amazingly talented, and that's just not just saying that because you're here. Like, you know what I mean? For anytime a dude who can get up on stage and he's got to have someone behind him, just letting them know, like, hey man, don't back up here because this is back on stage. But you can get up on stage and smoke everybody else who came up on stage that night, regardless of the fact that they could, go out there and do their thing. This guy is talented as a mug. And this dude is talented, man. I'm going to start calling you the Daredevil of Toronto hip hop game, man, because that's what you are to me, man. You got that.
As long as you know I'm with Daredevil.
Woo! You throwing shots to Murdoch like that, eh? I like it. It's the confidence right there. But no, Jordell's dope, man. So if you haven't heard my man, definitely, take him in, check him out. Multifaceted, multi-talented. Doesn't just actually sing or rap, He's a producer, and he's one of the best producers that we do have up here across the border. Fuck that. He's one of the best producers we have around worldwide. You know what I mean? You co-sign that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up, man. All right, man. So we're gonna hop out. Hop out of here. I apologize, man. I had some fucked up energy earlier when we started this. I'll have better energy next time. That's no reflection of you. That's just a reflection of, bad mindset right now. It's stressed, tired. You know what I mean? And we're losing summer.
I was stressed out earlier today. With that Reiki session, I was like, everything was all right. That's why I came in here. I was all laid back and shit.
Yeah.
Nothing mattered.
Okay. See, I haven't even had a chance to kick back yet. I gotta go home, shower, eat dinner, and just go to bed. I can digest some food while I sleep, man. But that being said, fuck me. It's all about Jordell. Hit up Jordell's shit. Check him out online.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He is that dude. We're definitely glad to have you up here. I look forward to next time I see you perform. Look forward to your new album coming out, The Scorpion. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I look forward to big things from you in 2020, my dude. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Turono Talks. Maloney popped out of the room already. Guts is still in here. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Stone. I'm calling him Guts.
I look like my Guts. Don't worry about it. Mike
don't
stole
look like Mike Guts.
I don't look like him.
You
bro.
don't look like Mike Guts. You
I
guys,
know Mike stole my guts.
you
Whatever.
guys are two separate people.
It doesn't matter. It's all good.
He's
man.
got a beard.
It's all
You
good.
don't. You know what I mean?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's all
I'm
good.
just fucking tired. But Turono Talks, man. Yeah, we out of here,
And
baby.
Mike Guts.
One love. Shout out Mike
Response to a
Guts.
post right after that.
Ah, man, that's what's up. Hit up my dude Jordell Spotify. Check out some of his music. Maloney's out there doing something, man. One love, y'all. Peace.